I think when we designed 333 skis, we really tried to understand human nature and also Mother Nature and put the two together. So rather than have a push-button facility where you push a button and it's automated and then you take a film of somebody slopping on some resin, we really tried to understand the human hand and how it works with materials and how it can really enhance end product. But along with that, which is critical to manufacturing, we had to be hyper efficient. So rather than the typical scenario, custom-made, handmade, uber expensive, we just got a little bit more intelligent about it. Thought all the way from the supply chain, which means how do we get our material, how do we store that material, utilize that material, and then ultimately put a ski out and then ship that. So every step is taken into account, but it all revolves around this level of efficiency that we've seen in nature, Mother Nature. Essentially what she's done is she's taken 4 primary materials, carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen, and she combines them, recombines them, breaks them down, recombines them, and creates all that we know in terms of life. So what we've done with our supply chain and mimicking that is we try to minimize the number of materials that we work with, and suppliers more importantly, down to 3. So it's 3 phone calls to get all the material in to build a great set of skis. That's key because some of the companies, they put on all these attachments and liquid metal and all this stuff. That's a lot of phone calls, and that ends up taking a whole department of inefficiency to bring in something that's actually rather ridiculous. So thinking through the whole process, we've created what we consider, or what we think is to be an uber efficient manufacturing facility that runs on the same energy that nature runs on, which is atmospheric pressure, all the compression that comes from all the molecules of air and such above us, and also solar power. So that's what's enabled us to live a lifestyle outside of the typical Chinese factory where K2 is made, and also the typical factory where you got a brick and a fluorescent light, which tends to kill brain cells. So being out in nature has really allowed us to flourish and create what we call the raw aesthetic. Just wipe out rent, drop our price. We share that, of course, with the client, what we call the working person's wage. So it all comes together with a great ski that's made by solar power, sold for a working person's wage. Thanks.